the noise, Adrian, that greeted Leeds' return to the field was, however predictably ear-splitting, still surprisingly ear-splitting. My goodness me, it almost hurts when 39,000 of them scream at once, as they did when Bradley Johnson scored the goal that breathed new life into a cup pairing which has, down the years, tended to go the distance. It's the 8th time these clubs have been paired together in the FA Cup, but it's their 15th FA Cup tie. 8 ties have now produced 7 replays. It went to 3 games in 1983, it went to 4 games, as Gordon Strachan will remember well, in 1991. And Gordon was also involved when Arsenal won a 4th round replay here in February of 1993. That went to extra time before Ian Wright settled it. Here's Nasri for Arsenal, and Song is in behind, and Schmeichel has made another critical stop.
Oh, Peter, I was just about to say Leeds need to pick it up where they finished the half, because they were ever so strong, and they've started poorly, sloppily. They've got in very well, Arsenal. And if Schmeichel was at fault for Sanya's goal, he's rescued his team once more there. It's a great stop.
It's Nasri's corner. Out as far as Nielsen, back in by Shamak. Parker out as far as Koscielny. And so lobbed one back in towards Arshavin. Now to Nielsen. Shamak went over, and Arsenal have a free kick. Connolly, the offender.
Yeah. Just had a little nibble there, Connolly. That's not an awful lot of contact, but just enough to see Shamak just hit the floor. Mike Dean saying free kick. Chance again here for Nasri. Make the goalkeeper work.
Nasri, who was the boss of this game for its first half hour. Behind its first free kick of the second half. And an extension in Leeds' wall. Nasri. Michael grabbed hold of it second time.
Came down a little bit close to that line, but he read it well, Kasper Schmeichel. It's a good free kick. It's got the required trajectory over that wall coming down. The goalkeeper's agile enough to move across and grab it.
Painter, Snodgrass, Painter. Snodgrass. Away by Koscielny and hit by Johnson. I did say once in a lifetime.
And he'd just be hoping that his team can reproduce, as I said, how they finished the first half. Lots of spirit, lots of heart. They've got to play. They can't play risk-free football, I was going to say. They've got to commit people forward to get back into the tie. Arsenal have got the ability to pick them off at times, we know that. They've just got to keep the belief and keep pouring them forward when they can.
Snodgrass in for Gradle. He's got a corner, or so he believed, from Koscielny. Referee's assistant has let him down.
Yeah, not too many complaints there from the white shirts, I think. That's about right. He's played well, Koscielny, tonight. Again, Snodgrass this time, as he can do with the left foot on the right-hand side. You see lots of players playing that way nowadays. Adam Johnson at City. It's useful because they got the ability to go down the line, but of course they can step inside on their favoured foot.
Shamak. Arshavin is furthest forward for Arsenal. Here he is now. Going back for Schmeichel, who has a monstrous clearance on him. Lovely touch from Gradle. Snodgrass. Watt. Snodgrass. He did have an overlapping fullback in Connolly.
He did, actually. I think he knew he was there, Snodgrass. He just thought he'd try and filter one into the striker and maybe get it back. It was the wrong option on that occasion, because it was a good little run from Connolly. I think you don't want to deter your fullbacks from getting forward. If they are making good runs and have the room, then you've got to give them it.
Not by Snodgrass. Giroud towers over Gradle. Johnson. Too strong for Nasri. Here's Parker. Johnson over the top. Gradle, the pursuer. Giroud is quick and strong enough.
Yeah, very quick he is. Giroud is getting better. I'm impressed with him when I've seen him this season.
Winners of this home to Huddersfield in the fourth round on Sunday week. Fourth round tie that, which can't fail to interest in one respect or another. If it's Arsenal, of course, it'll be heavyweight in terms of its historical resonance, Herbert Chapman and all that. If it's Leeds, then its local pertinence will be huge. You'll have read and heard a lot about Leeds being the northernmost outpost of the FA Cup now, after Newcastle, Sunderland, Middlesbrough all had a rotten third round. Well, Huddersfield is only just south of Leeds, and a little way west, about 12 miles between them. Big rivalrous towns, and they would love a go at Leeds, Huddersfield, I'm sure. Lee Clark doing an excellent job there. Gibbs. Shalny. Leads by Bruce and through by Watt. Gibbs was aware, and Sanya can bring it back forward for Arsenal. An exchange with Bentner. Sancho, responsibility by Sanchez Watt, staying with his man. Alex Bruce. That's a lovely ball from the centre half. Gradle has skipped to the byline. Quite artful enough to get around Bentner the first time, but strong enough to win it back. Painter's going to have to retrieve. And it's an Arsenal throw.
Unlucky there. Max Gradle does ever so well. He just overruns it with his first touch, and then Bentner nicks it off him, then he robs it back and just over hits the cross a wee bit for Painter.
Gibbs. Snodgrass very tight to him.
Great work that, Peter. Full court press there on the Arsenal back four. Started with Watt to Gradle, Painter, then Snodgrass eventually forcing it out for a throw-in. Good play. Pressurising high up the park now. Very nearly getting that as well, Gradle.
Leeds attempting to do here what they did so effectively for much of the original game, and to a certain extent at least suffocate Arsenal. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. Nasri, who gives them air. Away by Parker. Danielson. Song. Danielson. Sanya. Parker kept it from Bentner. Sanya kept it in play. Shamak for Bentner, who this time has got away from Parker. He's face-to-face with Bruce. It's Marouane Chamakh. It's Samir Nasri. It's Andre Arshavin. Oh, what a tackle by Snodgrass.
Brilliant. He's made up serious amounts of ground there, Robert Snodgrass, and it was a wonderful flowing Arsenal move once more. And it appeared that Arshavin, all he was going to do was just slide all that into the far corner before Snodgrass. Brilliant foot in to deny him.
Nasri for Arsenal. Danielson. Provided against Painter, behind for another corner. Robert Snodgrass with a tackle way outside of his job description. Leeds with more defending to do now. Nasri's take again. Bentner looking to meet it at the near post. Howson prevented it from going behind, but it is, well, so he originally thought, but after consultation, corner has been given. Nasri again, Painter got his head on it. Bentner couldn't poke it back in. And the flag is up anyway for handball against the Dane. Arsene Wenger, the only manager left who can still win all four. Got a chance in the Premier League. League Cup semi-final to turn round. The FA Cup evidently on his agenda. And the little matter of Barcelona between him in the first instance in the Champions League. There'll be a hurdle or two beyond that if they can reach it. But Arsenal and Arsenal alone have the full set still available to them. Bentner. Sanya's gone outside of him. He's crunched away from Watt. He's exchanged with Shamak. Connolly was calm and teed up Schmeichel's clearance. Juru down. Howson first to it. Painter turning. Snodgrass with a slaloming run. Watt, Johnson, Howson, Sanchez, Watt, Painter, Watt, oh, got away from him, came off Sanya and went behind for a corner.
Great stuff as well. Leeds just showing the Arsenal that they can play a little bit themselves. Good little interplay, good one-touch, good movement again, and forcing the corner.
It's Arsenal football from Leeds.
Yep.
In front of their cop, the Don Revie stand. Snodgrass with the corner. Being attacked by Bruce. Came out to Gradle. Lifted back in by Connolly. Bruce is still forward. Gibbs went high and long, and now Gibbs can chase up the return ball and take it beyond halfway. Foul by Watt. Shavin. At what stage, Andy, do Leeds change gear? For how long do they just stay in the game, and at what point do they start chasing it?
Hey, look, they're chasing it already. I think they're doing it great as well. I think they're pressing high up the park when they're getting the opportunity to. Just got to be a little bit careful that when they're taking a breather, they take it collectively, because the reinforcements are warming up as we speak. As you can see, Fabregas and Walcott and co are sprinting up and down the touchline. And when they come on, they'll make a difference, as they did in the first leg. And I think Leeds are doing great as they are so far. I really do, Peter. But you know, you're 2-1 behind in a cup tie to a very, very good team. You've got to go for it at times. You certainly have.
Looking forward by O'Brien. Flag was up, and here is Sanya for Arsenal. Hoofed high by Juru. And rescued by Johnson. Bentner. Shamak. And Song. And Arshavin. Oh dear, dear. Oh, his smile is a mildly embarrassed one.
Just wondered maybe when it comes to him, it's not an easy one, that one, when it's running across you sometimes. And he skied that one. I just thought he might drop it back to Nasri, who's in a good position. He had some chances tonight, Arshavin, you know, Peter, to notch a goal. He really has.
think of the player we saw perform so brilliantly for Russia in the European Championships only a couple of summers ago. I'm quite sure that talent remains. He's going through a bit of a spell at the moment. Right, he's running through the Leeds defence at the moment, Arshavin. Finally had to shepherd it back.
So Alex Bruce, I think, has just took a bit of a knock in the middle of the park.
He played much of the first game on one leg, if memory serves.
He played very well as well. He was excellent in that first leg. He read it very well.
Dad's come to see
watching,
him. Must be immensely proud. Alex Bruce isn't the only one who's requiring treatment. Danielson also causing the stoppage. Third round Saturday was certainly a very mixed day in the life of the Bruce family.
And it's frightening when you look at that Arsenal bench, when you look at Van Persie, Fabregas, Walcott, Wilshere. So many options there who can come on and make a significant difference.
Incidentally, the face you might not recognise on the left there is James Shea, 19-year-old goalkeeper on the bench today. As he had to be at the weekend with Almunia and Fabianski unavailable. I would imagine there's a butterfly or two there, just in case.
Yep.
Arshavin. Bruce saw it back to Schmeichel. I seem to remember using those words 15 or 20 years ago. Bruce sees it back to Schmeichel. Arshavin. Danielson. Gibbs. Nasri, floated towards Bentner. Song, inside the last half hour now. Nasri. Arsenal still looking to put the tie to bed, as they almost had in the first half before Bradley Johnson's sensational goal for Leeds, which keeps them in touch. Sanya. Bentner. Nasri, rolled on for Song, repelled by Howson, moved on quickly by Snodgrass, taken up by Watt, and he squeezed it forward for Gradle to chase. Fell conveniently into Szczesny's penalty area.
Just wonder how long before Simon Grayson considers making a change. I think Billy Painter has worked ever so hard. He's been plugging away. Just feel they could do with a little bit more movement there.
Nasri, Shamak. Bruce was solid. Came down for Arshavin. It's chased out now by Snodgrass. Running at Song. Johnson. Gradle. Gibbs is chasing back. Gradle's played it in. Painter! Couldn't apply the touch.
He's made a great run as well, Peter. Made a great run across the front of Koscielny. I thought all he had to do was just, maybe if you just put your studs on it. Look, he makes a great run. He's lost Giroud. Anything on that flies in the back of the net.
Third start for Leeds. 11th appearance, still no goal from a centre-forward who was proven last year as a goal scorer at League One level, Billy Painter. I feel here once he gets one, he'll get plenty more. Andy O'Brien receiving treatment and a few instructions.
Oh, he pulls the cross, and it is a fabulous delivery from Gradle. Right in that gully. Look, you can see his foot. He just throws it at it. If he can just get a toe on that, can quite easily end up in the back of the net. It's a good run.
2 of the last 3 goals he scored for Swindon last season were against Brentford, against Wojciech Szczesny, oddly enough. As I mentioned, 4 of the goals he scored last season were at Leeds. He scored a couple here in a 3-0 win for Swindon over Simon Grayson's team, which came immediately after the big cup tie at Spurs, which all formed part of that pattern of the FA Cup getting in the way of their league progress. But it would appear Simon Grayson may have to react to the problem that Andy O'Brien has here.
A bit of a hamstring, maybe.
There's a clear indication now coming from on field that the change is going to have to go ahead. So Kasper Schmeichel demands more, and those vociferous Yorkshire folk in the crowd demand more as well. Wonderful sight. Extraordinary sound. And in place of Andy O'Brien, an old warrior, comes a boyhood Leeds fan, a proper Yorkshireman, Lee Bromby. Played the last quarter of an hour at Arsenal and will play the last 25 minutes here.
Substitution from Leeds United, replacing number 40, Andy O'Brien, number 26, Lee Bromby.
Like-for-like change for Leeds. Here's Howson, their skipper, and Bromby for the first time, I was about to say, has one more thing that he can add. He is one of those around with a big long throw on him. So if it comes to that in the 93rd minute.
It's never easy coming on in a tie like this, Peter, because it's been a ferocious tempo. But he's got bags of experience. Losing Andy O'Brien's cool head is disappointing, but nonetheless, Lee Bromby's been around for long enough and he knows what it's all about.
Although he's played much of his professional career in Sheffield with United and Wednesday, he was a Dewsbury boy. Just down the M62 from here, he knows Leeds inside out, and he used to pay to watch them. Leeds are preparing another change here, and an attacking one. David Sommer, who came on at the end of the original game for Becchio, he's going to get a run here as well. Scored against Scunthorpe on Saturday. This time last year he was between loan spells at Chesterfield and Lincoln. And now here he is in front of nearly 40,000 at Ellen Road. In the case of Billy Painter, who's run hard without much reward.
Yeah, no, he's worked very, very hard. He's played his part in this performance. It's absolutely the right thing, I think, now to put on Sommer, some fresh legs, just a little bit of different movement.
Snodgrass for Howson. Connolly. Snodgrass, beautifully done. Connolly for Leeds. And Son, with his very first touch, has screwed it wide.
Oh, what a chance, Peter, what a chance. It's a great 1-2 down the right-hand side, it really is, and it's come off his knee almost, I think, there, Sommer. If he could have just leant away from it, no, it just comes at him too quick. I'm just wondering whether he could have leant away and put his foot on it, but he just tries to throw his knee at it and knocks it wide.
Well, Leeds have made their 2 changes. Look who Arsenal have got to send on.
Yeah.
Arsene Wenger kept his aces up his sleeve and is preparing to deploy them.
That's where you can say, it's all right, lads, these 2 coming on ain't much cop.
Well, as you said, Andy, Fabregas and Walcott, in fairness, changed the dynamic of the first game.
They did. Again, and I think that also is a sign of how Leeds have made it difficult for Arsenal in the second half. Arsene Wenger wants to see his team get a bit more control of the ball, and that's why he's sending Fabregas on.
Held out by Howson for Snodgrass again. Had nowhere to go, he ran into Gibbs and Song can bring it away. Sanya. Nilsson, Bentner. That's a really good take by Sommer, but only having given the Song a little nudge.
Yeah, just give a little nudge. I think the two substitutes now coming on, Peter.
Substitution for Arsenal.
Just there, look.
Number 29, Number 4,
Well, here come those changes, and these two stellar players for Arsenal.
Second substitution for Arsenal, replacing number 23, Andrei Arshavin, number 10.
Arshavin is being withdrawn, and so is, I think, Marouane Chamakh. He's waiting twitchily for confirmation of that. And here comes the skipper and the saver of the tie, Cesc Fabregas. And here also, running back into prime form, comes Robin van Persie.
Yeah, already Samir Nasri's gone out on the left-hand side where Arshavin was. Of course, Van Persie. Straight swap there for Chamakh. And Fabregas just in the hole in front of Denilson.
Denilson. Juru. Sanya. Fabregas. Song. Fabregas, twinkle toes immediately. Denilson, Fabregas.
Brilliant.
Terrific movement. Denilson can't give it him back, but is foul. Free kick, plumb centre. Bromley protesting his innocence.
About his touch. As soon as he's come on, literally straight away, ball stuck to his feet. Just there, he's body checked, I think, Fabregas. That's what the referee gives the foul for.
And Persie walks away from the free kick.
Well, we saw a similar sort of range. Nasri test the goalkeeper a while back now. Fabregas already standing over this one.
He's a queue of one now. Just into the piece. Cesc Fabregas. He was pretty close.
And he was really scrambling that time, Schmeichel. He's had to launch himself because that's obviously close. The goalkeeper fully commits to that. He's always there, I think, but it's one that has him worried as he sees that appear over the top of that wall. He knows he has to commit to it.
There's always a goal in Arsenal, especially now with Fabregas and Van Persie on the field, but there's a goal in Leeds too. Got 4 at the weekend to become jointly with Watford the Championship's top scorers. They reached 50 in the league. They're fun to watch. Johnson. Parker. Foul on Bradley Johnson. Bromley wandering forward. Johnson dinking it in. Johnson again, and Gradle, and Johnson's gone outside of him, and Sanya has covered.
Lucky. He just didn't perhaps go quick enough there, Bradley Johnson.
And here comes potentially the first of those Lee Bromby throws. These have been effective for various clubs in the past. Hurled in by Bromby. Nudged behind by Bruce. Confirmation of the attendance this evening, 38,232. It is by nearly 5,000 Leeds' top attendance of this season. Means that over the two games, better part of 98,000 people have watched this tie. And incidentally, by comparison with previous similar games, FA Cup replays on this ground between Leeds and Arsenal, it's the highest ever. In 1983, they got short of 25,000. In 91, 27,000. 93, 26,000. 10 or 11,000 more people in this era than in those. Here is Bentner. And Van Persie! Just might have taken Arsenal through. One flick of Van Persie's forehead. And Leeds have 2 goals to make up again.
Well, we spoke about Shamak and his aerial prowess in this team. It's a great ball in from Bentner. It's just clipped in. Look at Van Persie hang in the air, and he just steers that beautifully past Schmeichel. I'm not even sure if it's his first touch, Peter. But it's a great goal, and it's an important touch, because that may have just put it beyond Leeds.
Two goals at the weekend for Robin Van Persie, an FA Cup goal now in what is his first FA Cup tie since the semi-final of 2009 at Wembley. He was injured this time last year. He's starting to score goals as if he wants it to become a habit again in the late winter spring of 2011. Arsenal with a 2-goal cushion, and Leeds with less than quarter of an hour to find 2 goals.
And the timing of the substitutes was perfect from Arsene Wenger as well. Because as soon as Fabregas come on, he's been on the ball immediately. And then you've seen what Van Persie can do given an opportunity. Great finish.
And in fairness to a not always appreciated player, really good delivery from Bentner.
Yeah. He's worked hard out on the right-hand side. Not easy for him, not straightforward for him playing in this sort of position. I'm sure he's happy to be involved. He'd much rather be down the middle, but it's a great ball in. Because he's had time to actually look for that one, Peter, see the run and just clip it into that area. It can be more straightforward sometimes when you're on the run. You just wrap your foot around it and just fire it into an area, but he's had to pick him out there, and he's done it ever so well.
Almost a year ago, Leeds dragged Spurs up here for a replay, having done very well in North London and got beaten 3-1. And they are 3-1 down again. Having, once they got back to within 1 goal, rattled Arsenal once or twice. They might not quite be finished yet. Here's Gradle. And Snodgrass. Gibbs tackled and won the throw. Nicely through by Fabregas, and Gibbs looks to finish the flag. Was long since up.
Yes,
it'll be interesting to see whether Gibbs was the offending player. Actually,
Nicholas Bentner the flag went up for. Pretty sure that Bentner was the one who just strayed a yard offside as the ball was popped through. You can see him closest to us. I think Gibbs is miles onside. Yeah. In all fairness, Peter, the linesman may feel that Bentner's looking to get on the end of that. He'd have waited just a split second more.
No dream moment for Sanchez Watt against his parent club. Lloyd Sam was unfit for the original game, but gets the last 10 or 11 minutes of this one. Summer signing from Charlton. Next time Arsenal fans see Sanchez Watt, they will be in their club colours again. That's Gradle. Parker. Lloyd Sam, who was actually born in Leeds. His dad was at university here at that time. They moved down to London, and when they settled in London they became an Arsenal supporting family, so he is potentially of two minds in this scenario. Johnson. Dispossessed by Song. Bromby. Snodgrass. Nasri, Fabregas. Lovely touch from Danielson. Fabregas. In goes Nasri. And it's clattered clear by Parker.
Today's attendance inside Ellen Road, 38,232. 38232. Thank you for your fantastic support.
Fabregas.
Great goal again, good finish. It's a brilliantly measured cross from Bentner. It's a great leap. I think he just drifts off of Lee Bromby. There you go, Arsene Wenger knows the importance of that one, because this Leeds team are very plucky, very honest. They keep on pouring people forward, and it was vital that Arsenal got that goal. Can't rest.
So Leeds have just about reached hell for leather time. No point leaving anything behind. And they have a free kick, over which again is Robert Snodgrass. And by Snodgrass, Szczesny has come. And Fabregas can carry it away and feed Nasri. One by Sam, and by Juru Fusanya. Steered forward by Howson, a little awkward for Sanya. Fabregas with an unusually clumsy touch. Howson didn't find Connolly with his pass. Gibbs bit it off. Fabregas, Van Persie ahead of him. Gibbs staying forward. Nasri going beyond the fullback now. Bromby across.
Substitution for Arsenal, replacing number 8, Samir Nasri.
So Samir Nasri, who set the Arsenal ball rolling. And he's given the last 7 or 8 minutes of the tie-off. To be replaced down the left-hand side, presumably by Gal Clichy. Beautifully calm finish right at the start of the game from Samir Nasri. Clichy, who played right up to the quarter-final in 2005. There aren't many survivors. Fabregas is one of the 05 Cup run. Fabregas having taken the armband, not Danielson. Clichy was injured for the semi-final and final, the last time Arsenal won it. So he would be keen to have a decent campaign in this competition. 6 minutes away from progress. Arsene Wenger's record of never having lost in the third round would appear to be intact. And Mike Dean has gone to his pocket for the first time. Nelson's not entirely sure why, nor Snodgrass. Both of them continue to protest. Snodgrass's name that was taken. Made off by Van Persie. Fabregas. Song. Clouted out again by Schmeichel. Gradle out by Juru. There goes Gradle again with great energy. Confirmation that it was Robert Snodgrass that was booked. I don't know whether he might get named in the next Scotland squad. He's been named in one Scotland squad in the past, had to pull out, hasn't been selected since. Koscielny. Song. Danielson. Clichy's playing in front of Gibbs. Spread by Fabregas. Sagna. Danielson. Van Persie. Sharply taken. Quick twist. Robin Van Persie. Nice thought.
Unlucky. Great effort, wasn't it? Because he knows exactly what he's doing there, Robin Van Persie. Once he dips inside, he's going for that far corner. Right in the top of the goals, which will give Schmeichel no chance. Hits it well enough, he just doesn't curl it back.
Danielson, Fabregas. Song, Fabregas. Arsenal complete command now. Strangling the last bit of life out of Leeds into the last 3 minutes, just down the road from here. They'll be getting excited about the prospect of the first trip to the Emirates for Huddersfield Town. Foul by Johnny Howson. Huddersfield's first meeting with Arsenal since a League Cup tie way back in 1993, in which Ian Wright scored a hat-trick. And as I mentioned in the first half, it'll be a game of great historical interest for those with all the black and white pictures of Herbert Chapman. Free kick again against Howson, who's a bit wound up. Johnson's having his say too. And right at the end of a game that had had no yellow cards in it at all, Leeds have picked up 2.
Yeah, it's just frustration there for Bradley Johnson. He's just booted it away. The referee's got no option but to card him, I'm afraid.
Forward by Bruce. And your Eon-sponsored man of the match, Andy Townsend.
I think tonight, Peter, it has to be Samir Nasri. Great goal again. He's just proving such an influential player for his team, and he's making this game look rather annoyingly easy at times. But another brilliant performance from him.
Finish without panic. Nice cue from Gibbs. There'll be 4 minutes added on at the end of the 90 here, which from Leeds' point of view might feel like a slightly unnecessary extension, unless they can snatch something pretty promptly now. Howson, Sommer. Things might have been different if that ball had cannoned in off his knee rather than wide. Foul on him by Song. Schmeichel has waved everyone forward. It's a kitchen sink job for Leeds. Michael fires it in, up in the air off Van Persie. Bruce ducked under it. Song away. Bentner closed down. Has reached Lloyd Sam, who skipped away from Bentner. Sam's pulled back. Gradle would have shot, but to the alertness of Gael Clichy.
Very good play from Lloyd Sam. Lovely little nutmegs on Bentner down that, up by the byline there. Terrific play.
Oh, the goalie's going forward. All the front of the fair in stoppage time. Gradle's take, Schmeichel's up, so was Szczesny. Snodgrass trying to lever it back in. Leeds do have a throw. Bromby's going over to take it. Schmeichel's reluctant to go back. Eventually he does disappear again, and Bromby's going to launch one. Hoisted in high. Bentner got his head on it. Back in off Van Persie, cleared by Juru. Now Leeds are light at the back. Song, Fabregas, 5-on-4 Arsenal. Here goes Clichy. Bentner. Song. Caught in possession. And here comes the white machine again, Snodgrass. Asking a lot of Sommer. Well, you have to say they've continued to believe.
They certainly have. I mean, look, we know this. Nasri, as I said, I thought played terrific. But Leeds have had their own players, I think, that have done excellent tonight. None more so than their skipper, Johnny Housen, I think, has been really, really good once more. Continues to impress.
To Nielsen, Bentner. A tackle by Parker. He's freed Gradle. And by Gradle, and by Szczesny for Arsenal. 6 of whose next 7 games will be at home. They play Wigan on Saturday, Ipswich in the League Cup, when Simon Grayson, on the other hand, has to return to league action. He takes his Leeds troops down to Portsmouth at the weekend, and there are plenty of watchers of the Championship who believe they have a real chance of going all the way this year. Mike Dean's gone back to his book, and Housen, who has been repeatedly involved quite physically in these closing frustrating stages, is the latest to be shown yellow.
Yep, says Fabregas, it is, who just lets it roll across his body. I don't think there's anything that sinister in that, to be perfectly honest. I think he's only trying to stab a leg out to get something on the ball.
It's of little import now. The game is up. A minute of stoppage time to play. In the great scheme of things, Simon Grayson's irritation disappears beneath the disappointment of a result, which doesn't necessarily marry with a courageous Leeds performance over the course of 2 games. Fabregas. Touch from Fabregas, rolled through for Bentner, whose run didn't dovetail with it. Schmeichel still hasn't given up, you know. He's belted it quickly towards Sam. Juru's header out, Gradle. The 4 promised extra minutes are up. Gradle still pirouetting. Mike Dean's had a look at his watch and considers that that should be the end of what has been a most enjoyable cup tie. Really, really good cup tie. But in the end, it's about players who make a difference. In the first game, Walcott and Fabregas made a difference. In the replay, Nasri, and then critically right at the end, Robin Van Persie made a difference. and Arsenal, because of them, and despite Schmeichel, whose saves were numerous and excellent,